but if you can't do it amongst the greatest players in the world when it comes to women's basketball, maybe, I don't know, maybe your skills just aren't there, fam. I'm just saying, I don't know why it's not translating. All right, why it's not coming over here to the W. But I am looking for another splash, one more splash. I don't know what this necessarily means for that splash. Maybe maybe that's just wishful thinking at this point, but we'll see. We'll see how much Dantas is signed for, how much these players are going for, because they didn't necessarily drop numbers on these contracts. So I think it might still be some space for a splash.
The Indiana Fever just made the absolute hardest kind of move in professional sports. Not a blockbuster trade that sends shockwaves through the league, not a flashy free agent signing that breaks the internet. No, they did the one thing that truly tests the heart and the loyalty of a passionate fan base. They let a warrior walk away, a player who started every single game last season when the sky was falling. A player who gave absolutely everything she had to this franchise, who dove on the hardwood in the playoffs, and who literally left her body on the court in a heartbreaking losing effort against the Las Vegas Aces. It is official, and it hurts. Natasha Howard is not coming back to Indiana. And in her place, the front office has decided to re-sign Damiris Dantas. Now, I know exactly what is happening right now. Half of you just screamed at your screen. You are asking, how on earth do you let a legend like Natasha Howard go when she gave you everything? And the other half of you just nodded silently, looked at the roster math, and said, I saw this coming from a mile away. The truth is, both of those reactions are completely valid, both are correct, and both deserve a massive, full, unfiltered explanation. Because this move is not as simple as it looks on a piece of paper. And here on WNBA Pro, we do not do simple. We do the truth, the whole truth, and the absolute deepest tactical analysis you will find anywhere. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Grab a snack, pull up a chair, and let us break down the most controversial, heart-wrenching, and strategically fascinating roster decision of the Indiana Fever's entire offseason.
Dang, are you kidding me? She's going to the Lynx? Yo, that's wild, man. Howard is returning to Minnesota, where she won a title in 2017 after starting all 44 games for the Indiana Fever last season. She averaged 11.4 points, 55% from shooting. Man, that's crazy. That's crazy, man. So she came back for that 1 year to see if she can get it done. She won her MVP. She won her MVP, dog. Oh, man, that's crazy. Hey, Natasha Howard gone.
Let me start by giving Natasha Howard the absolute respect she deserves, because what she did for this franchise last season should never ever be forgotten by anyone who calls themselves a fan of the Indiana Fever. When Howard came to Indiana before the 2025 season, she was tasked with an impossible job. She was supposed to stabilize a chaotic front court and be the adult in the room for a very young, highly scrutinized core, and she delivered in ways that do not always show up on a stat sheet. Howard started all 44 regular season games. Do you realize how grueling that is in the modern Women's National Basketball Association? With the travel schedule, the back-to-backs, and the physical toll this league takes on a forward, starting 44 games is a testament to Ironman endurance. She averaged 11.4 points on a highly efficient 55% shooting, grabbed 6.6 rebounds, and added 1.5 assists and 1.2 steals in 24 minutes per night. Those are not backup numbers. Those are legitimate, high-impact starter numbers for a player who was supposed to be in the twilight of her career. She was not just a placeholder holding down the fort until someone younger and better came along. She was a real, tangible contributor who made the Indiana Fever a much better basketball team every single night she laced up her sneakers. And when the lights got brightest in the postseason, Howard was nothing short of incredible. I need you to think back to Game 5 against the Las Vegas Aces. It was an absolute bloodbath of a basketball game. The season was on the line, with Kelsey Mitchell sitting in a hospital bed recovering from a brutal injury, and with the franchise engine Caitlin Clark sitting in street clothes on the bench, unable to play. Everyone counted the Fever out. But Natasha Howard refused to quit. She put the entire team on her back. She dropped 16 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, and a steal in 33 grueling minutes of playoff basketball. She fought for every single rebound against Aka Wilson, the most dominant force in the sport. She threw her body into screens, she took charges, she did everything humanly possible to keep the Fever's championship dreams alive. After that game, she sat at the podium and said something that tells you exactly who she is as a human being and a competitor. She said, "What more could I ask for as a veteran?" She was grateful for the opportunity. She was proud of the fight. She knew she had emptied the tank entirely, and now, after giving her blood, sweat, and tears to the city of Indianapolis, the Fever have decided to move in a different direction. There is no other word for it. It is absolutely brutal. Howard deserves a massive standing ovation and a heartfelt thank you from every single Fever fan who watched her play last season. She was a foundational piece that helped build the winning culture this team currently enjoys.
At the team she started with, I believe. And then you take a look at the Chicago Sky's backcourt. I mean, they have Sloot back. Sloot ended up signing her contract. Diggins is there. Those are the two main guards that I'm looking at. Of course, you have Rachel, JC Sheldon, but those are the two main ones that I'm looking at. And then when you look at the front court, Stevens, Maddie, Rakia, Michaela. So their front court is pretty solid as well. I think Maddie is going to step up. That girl is a three-level scorer. She can facilitate with that high-low pass. She understands the game as well. So I think.
But let us face reality, folks. Professional basketball is not a charity. The Indiana Fever front office is not building a basketball team based on sentimentality, nostalgia, or loyalty to the past. They are operating in a ruthless environment where the only thing that matters is raising a championship banner into the rafters. They are building a dynasty for the future. And building a dynasty requires making incredibly painful decisions that hurt the fan base and the locker room. So why did General Manager Amber Cox look at a player who gave her heart to the franchise and decide to let her walk away? The answer comes down to 3 cold, hard, unforgiving words: salary cap math. Under the brand new collective bargaining agreement, the Indiana Fever's salary cap sits at exactly $7 million. That sounds like an absolute mountain of money, but when you look at the reality of this roster, that space evaporates in the blink of an eye. The Fever have already committed massive, franchise-altering money to their superstar core. You have Caitlin Clark, whose gravity demands premium talent around her. You have Kelsey Mitchell, who just locked in on a massive $1.4 million Supermax deal to be the clutch scorer of this generation. You have Aaliyah Boston, the anchor of the paint, who is max eligible and needs to be paid like the superstar center she is. You have Lexi Hull locked up on a multi-year deal after proving her worth as a defensive stopper. You have Sophie Cunningham, who was brought in on a lucrative 1-year deal to provide perimeter shooting and toughness. You have Ty Harris providing elite point guard insurance, and you just signed Monique Billings. When you add all of those contracts up, the remaining cap space shrinks to practically nothing. It is a mathematical puzzle. Natasha Howard is 34 years old. She is a 12-year veteran of the Women's National Basketball Association. Under the new league rules, her absolute minimum salary, strictly based on her 12 years of service in the league, would be hovering right around $300,000. In a strictly salary-capped league, tying up $300,000 on a player whose role was absolutely guaranteed to shrink significantly this upcoming season is roster suicide. You cannot pay backup minutes with starter money. It restricts your ability to sign depth pieces, it prevents you from making mid-season trades, and it completely paralyzes the front office. General Manager Amber Cox had to look at the ledger, remove emotion from the equation, and make the financially responsible choice for the long-term health of the Indiana Fever franchise.
Out to her. That girl can hoop. All right, that girl can hoop. So the Valkyries, oh my goodness, man. We thought they were doing damage last year. They are about to do some damage. My goodness. I like how they look, man. I like how they look. But going back to the Fever, we have Dantas. I'm waiting to see what else they pull out of their sleeves, man. What is under your sleeves? Give it to me. Give me what else y'all have, man. I am anxious at the edge of my seat waiting. I'm like, give me what you got. I guess the biggest thing to pull out of what's going on right now is that we don't really...
Meanwhile, you look at Damiris Dantas. She is 32 years old. She has been fully integrated into the Indiana Fever system for 2 full seasons. She knows the coaching staff intimately. She knows the intricate details of Stephanie White's playbook, and she knows the personnel around her. Most importantly, from a business perspective, Damiris Dantas can be signed for significantly less money while filling the exact, highly specific tactical role that Coach Stephanie White desperately needs. Dantas missed the entire playoff run last year due to a terrifying concussion she suffered in September, but when she was healthy and on the floor, she was the ultimate reliable backup. She is not going to put up flashy all-star numbers. She is not going to demand 20 touches a game or complain about her shot attempts. But she will come into the game for 10 to 12 high-intensity minutes, defend the paint with her massive 6'4" frame, stretch the floor with a deadly mid-range jumper, and keep the offensive engine running smoothly while Aaliyah Boston gets essential rest on the bench. Plus, Damiris Dantas is the ultimate locker room leader and an international veteran who has played in the highest stakes games all over the globe. She represents the Brazilian national team. She has been through severe adversity. She dealt with a concussion that kept her in a dark room for a month, and she did not retire. She did not quit. She fought her way back and committed to Indiana for another season because she deeply believes in what this team is building. She brings a pure, ego-free stability that is absolutely priceless for a young team carrying the weight of the basketball world on its shoulders. But we need to address the massive tactical elephant in the room right now. Because losing Natasha Howard was not just about the money, and it was not just about bringing back Damiris Dantas. The real, underlying basketball reason Natasha Howard is gone can be summed up in 2 words: Monique Billings. When the Indiana Fever front office aggressively pursued and signed Monique Billings in free agency, they effectively chose her over Natasha Howard for the primary power forward rotation. And when you look at the tactical strategy, the offensive geometry, and the modern demands of the sport, the decision is an absolute masterstroke by Stephanie White. Natasha Howard is a phenomenal talent, but she is a traditional, old-school post player. She does 90% of her offensive damage inside the painted area. Last season, she shot a brutal 20% from three-point range on extremely limited attempts. In a modern basketball offense that absolutely demands premium floor spacing, having a power forward who cannot consistently stretch the floor is a massive, glaring liability. When Natasha Howard and Aaliyah Boston shared the floor at the exact same time, the paint became a crowded parking lot. Opposing defenses recognized this immediately. Coaches like Becky Hammon would simply instruct their players to pack the paint. They would sag off Howard and build a human wall around Aaliyah Boston. Because of this, the driving lanes completely vanished. And Caitlin Clark, the most dangerous, visionary playmaker on the planet, who thrives on creating magic in open space, was trapped in a phone booth. Clark would come off a screen, look to drive, and see 3 defenders waiting for her in the lane. It stagnated the offense and forced the Fever into incredibly tough, contested jump shots late in the shot clock.
Or we don't have a clue, so anybody's ideas could still happen, all right? I think I saw Timmy. Some people wanted Timmy. Timmy could come back. Who knows, all right? I haven't seen Timmy sign to anybody. So you can keep your ideas on the table, all right? Keep your ideas on the table. Anything could happen by the end of tomorrow or by the end of today, right? So y'all let me know in the comment section, how are y'all feeling about this re-sign? Do you love it? Do you not like it? How are you feeling about Gabby? How are you feeling about the...
Monique Billings completely, fundamentally changes the entire geometry of the basketball court for the Indiana Fever. She is 6'4" with incredible wingspan and athleticism, giving the Fever the elite size needed to guard the dominant forwards of the league like Breanna Stewart or Jonquel Jones. But unlike Natasha Howard, Monique Billings can set a bone-crushing screen at the top of the key and confidently pop to the mid-range or the extended perimeter. She is a highly versatile offensive weapon who commands respect from opposing defenses. If you leave her open, she will make you pay. If you step up to guard her, you open up the lane for Aaliyah Boston to dominate one-on-one. And the absolute ultimate game changer in this entire equation? The Caitlin Clark connection. This is the piece of the puzzle that the national media is completely overlooking. Monique Billings and Caitlin Clark just spent the month of March playing intense, high-level basketball together on Team USA. They have already established a deep, intuitive on-court chemistry. They already know each other's timing. Billings knows exactly where to place her hands to catch a laser beam pass from Clark, and Clark knows exactly how fast Billings rolls to the basket. In a highly compressed WNBA offseason, where training camp opens on April 19th and the season starts just weeks later, time is the ultimate luxury. Having a brand new front court piece who does not need a month of regular season games to learn how to catch a pass from your franchise point guard is absolutely invaluable. Howard would have needed a significant adjustment period to learn how to play in a reduced, bench-oriented role. Billings is already locked in, already adjusted, and already possesses the chemistry needed to hit the ground running on day one. Now, I want to be completely fair and objective here. This is a massive, calculated gamble by Amber Cox. You are replacing a former Defensive Player of the Year, a multi-time All-Star, and the only forward who started all 44 games last year, with a player in Billings who has bounced around 4 different teams and has primarily been a role player coming off the bench. If Monique Billings struggles under the immense, suffocating pressure of playing for a true championship contender in front of sold-out arenas every night, the Fever are going to deeply regret letting Natasha Howard's steady, veteran hand walk out the door. That is the inherent risk of roster building. But championship front offices do not operate in fear. They take calculated risks. They believe the massive offensive upside of Billings' fit alongside Caitlin Clark, combined with the crucial financial savings, is worth sacrificing the safety and security of keeping Natasha Howard. Let us pull back the lens and look at the bigger picture, because the Indiana Fever's master plan is officially coming together, and it is a beautiful thing to witness. The roster is transforming into a terrifying, well-oiled machine right before our eyes. Listen to this lineup and tell me it does not strike fear into the rest of the league. You have Caitlin Clark operating as the franchise engine and the ultimate offensive orchestrator. You have Kelsey Mitchell secured as the $1.4 million clutch scorer who can get you a bucket whenever you need it. You have Aaliyah Boston serving as the immovable anchor in the paint. You have Lexi Hull and Sophie Cunningham bringing an aggressive, relentless defensive soul to the perimeter. You have Monique Billings stepping in as the ultimate frontcourt connector. You have Ty Harris providing elite, veteran point guard insurance. You have Damiris Dantas returning as the steady, reliable backup center. And you have Michaela Timpson as the highly promising, developing young big sitting in the wings. That is 9 locked-in killers. That is a 9-player rotation that can match up with any style of play, big or small, fast or slow. And remember the most crucial piece of information. The WNBA draft is happening today, right now. The Indiana Fever currently hold the highly coveted number 10 overall pick in the first round, plus valuable assets in picks 25 and 40. By the time you go to sleep tonight, this Indiana Fever team will be absolutely loaded with 11 or 12 highly capable players ready to report for training camp. The frontcourt rotation, which was a chaotic mess of overlapping skill sets last year, is incredibly clean and defined now. Aaliyah Boston starts the game and commands the paint. Monique Billings backs her up, stretches the floor, and plays the small ball 4. Damiris Dantas spells Boston at the 5 to provide veteran stability. Michaela Timpson develops in the background without the pressure of needing to perform immediately. There are no more crowded paints. There is no more fighting for minutes among veterans. There is no more confusion about roles. Just an incredibly efficient, modern, championship-caliber rotation that is perfectly tailored to maximize the generational greatness of Caitlin Clark. The Indiana Fever lost Natasha Howard today, and yes, that hurts the soul of the fan base. It is a bitter pill to swallow. But they kept their core intact. They upgraded their floor spacing, they saved their salary cap for future flexibility. The front office is not mourning what they lost, they are laser-focused on the empire they are building. Natasha Howard's legendary, hard-fought chapter in Indiana has officially closed, But the new chapter, the one that ends with a championship parade down the streets of Indianapolis, is just beginning. That is it for today's exhaustive breakdown on WNBA Pro. If you respect the blood, sweat, and tears Natasha Howard gave this franchise, I want you to drop a salute emoji down in the comment section right now to show her some love. If you believe the Monique Billings signing and the Damiris Dantas return were the exact right tactical choices for the future of this offense, smash that like button until it turns blue. The WNBA draft is happening today, and we will be live streaming every single pick, breaking down every trade and analyzing how every rookie fits their new team. Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you do not miss a single second of the action. I will see you guys later today for the draft coverage. Peace out.